Hello, everybody. Getting things fired up, ready to go. It says I'm now live on all the things. Hello, and welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream, youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live, and facebook.com/DDO Unlimited. Welcome, all you Facebookers, YouTubers, and Twitchers. If you would please give us a follow on Twitch, you'll be notified when we go live with shows just like this one. You can also find our full calendar of streamers on Twitch. YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You'll get these videos in your subscription feed. Facebook, give us a like, because we'd sure love it. Don't just put videos on there. We put all sorts of stuff. Probably one of the easiest ways to keep track of what all's happening when in DDO. Hello, Amara, Fire the Dragon Leader, Druid's Fire, Samus. Oh, by the way, Samus, thank you very much. I don't always do this, but I really should give a shout out to the fine work of the Samus Garobo, who can be found on twitch.tv/SamusGarobo, who leads into our show every Wednesday here with a fine stream. He has to deal with a lot of Wednesday restarts. I know it's not always a lot of fun, but you do a great job there, and I appreciate you being here. Before I get started today, the reason I've got this screen up, I am on Orion, and I'm on my level 20. We're going to keep running Shindy stuff, but there is two things I wanted to get out. The first is this. We have got a Lamania preview that's expected to go up later today. This was written yesterday evening, so tonight, this kind of afternoon, I'm going to guess late afternoonish, we should be up with our first preview of Update 36 Patch 2. It may be the only preview, kind of depends on how things go. Big changes. The in-client DDO store for everyone on Windows 7 Up. If you are still on XP or Vista, you are going to remain on an external DDO client. This is required for PCI compliance. If you do have Windows 7 and up, you will have an option of either internal browser or an external one. Some people on Twitch streams and that actually prefer an external browser for various obvious reasons. Also, a reworked Mimic Festival event. Yeah, and I can maybe even get into a little bit more about that soon. Maybe I'll even look over the notes here. Favored soul-based class changes, cleric domains, and a handful of bug fixes. We are doing a dev event tonight. I'm not going to be there, but QA, Kokoma Jobo, and Cookie Kobold will be there 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern if you can make it. That's tonight, and it runs until, I'm guessing, Friday, early mid-afternoon. So, there you go. That's the big piece of news. The other thing that I should mention is I can actually talk about the event schedule, because I thought ahead this time and called it up. This weekend's bonus, kicking off Thursday, late morning Eastern time, running through Sunday, is a 20% heroic and epic XP boost. And that is our DDO bonus days bonus. Quick note that our double bonus point event does run through September 11th. It's been extended by a day. So instead of getting shut off first thing Monday, it'll be shut off, I guess, as Monday goes into Tuesday. Also, a quick note that in honor of Talk Like a Pirate Day, it looks like probably not this Thursday, but a week from Thursday, we're going to be relaunching Crystal Cove. It'll be back for an encore just through a couple of days. It'll be shut off on... well, I've got it on the calendar as through the 19th, and I believe that that's accurate, so shut off early morning on the 20th. But either way, it starts on September 14th, so that'll be coming back. I know we had some people asking about that, so I wanted to make sure I got that up. Alright. Is the preview of the new Mimic item system? Yeah. Yeah, we are going to have new Mimic Hunt stuff. What about the next Champion Hunter Week? We just had one of those just a couple weeks ago. So it's going to be a while before we see another Champion Hunter Week, I believe. So it was just on, what, like 2 weeks ago, if even? Yeah, I believe they are going to be having the Mimic Festival running. I think that's part of the point. Let me see if I can actually call up some notes here. I don't know if I've got any or not. I know it's around here somewhere, I'm just not quite sure where. Alright, well I'm actually going to get started here on Shindy, and we can get going. Alright, so we ran one of the quests, I believe Rusted Blades, last Friday, so we're going to pick up where we left off and do the other quests in Shindlerun. Will a dev be on this channel? Probably not. We're not going to be, as far as I'm aware, we're not planning to stream the Lamania preview. There's a chance, though. You know, I could potentially check it out on Friday's show a little bit, if you guys want me to. That actually sounds like not too bad an idea. Maybe I can talk to QA and see if we can turn it off after the live stream. Any news on the expansion pre-order? Nope. Gonna be a while on that. As we get much closer to it, we'll have more info there. Oops. Shinder. We don't actually need to go all the way from We unlocked the gate, so we should be cool with just going straight to Shindlerun. There we go. Can I pass word to the QA team for the hard work they do? Yes. I would be happy to. Challenge Mats Boost, that's on the calendar. I need to... Not sure when, but I know it's on the calendar. I saw it not that long ago, so... Hey Drac, you'll get a kick out of this. So, you know, one of the nicest advantages of working for Dungeons & Dragons Online is occasionally we get freebies from Wizards of the Coast. And we got a stack of Tomb of Annihilation books in the office today. How hot is that? I've been checking that sucker out this morning. I actually get to... I'm lucky enough we do random die rolls, you know, and we always make sure that there's a couple of books that stay in the office that we can use for reference and that sort of thing, which is, you know, technically why we're sent these books. But if there are any extras, we do a die roll on them. A d20 roll. And I won one of them. So that's hot. Hot off the press, as it were. Very, very cool. Will there be any in-game trading cards associated with the Mimic Festival any longer? No. And I'm actually looking to try to find those notes, and I'll call it up maybe towards the end of the show here today and take a look at some of these notes that we have. I know Kokomo Jobo had done some work. Here we go. Alright. But no, it's basically you just get straight up Mimic Hunt sort of ingredients, and then you turn those in for things. I know some people like the image gallery, and I liked it too, but it just made it didn't make sense for the Mimicon. We had received word, really, from folks loud and clear that they just wanted a straight-up event without a lot of extras. Alright, heading over to YouTube. That's a great tie-in for Crystal Cove. Yeah. Yep, Talk Like a Pirate Day. D&D reference books at work. Yeah, we've got a library of, 3.5. We have a bunch of 4th. And, of course, now 5th edition stuff that we just sort of, some of it comes from people's offices that they no longer need. Some of it, like I said, we've gotten officially from Wizards of the Coast. We've been doing this for quite a few years now. And we do use them. Like, if a question comes up of, like, well, wait a second, what is, in 5th edition, what does X do? Or, et cetera, et cetera. We actually look through that stuff occasionally as we're planning things out, so. Yep. Thimble, I don't want to do any spoilers or anything at this point. But yeah, we too think the trading card, the kind of tarot card system in Ravenloft is a very iconic part of the Ravenloft experience, for sure. Alright, let me quick look at Facebook, see if we got anything to answer there. Hey, King Cosmo. I'm going to try to remember to get your, promote your stream here in this week's Chronicle. He'd actually wanted just a quick shout out on the Chronicle, which I am happy to do, by the way. But then I forgot to do it last week. So, God, I suck so bad. I am the world's worst rogue.
You have found a box of flash stones. Use them to destroy necromantic cauldrons.
Titan, I'm just waiting for you to PM me. You know how to get in touch with me, man. You want to talk about your stream time and that, just PM me on the Slack channel. Let me know what you actually want to do, what you want your time to be. You don't need to keep calling me out in chat here. Just do it. I'm just saying. You have multiple ways to contact me. Do it. Don't just tell me your time in stream chat. Too easy to forget. Why is the stream focusing in and out? I don't know. Sorry. So I do know that, and I'm sorry if people are running into issues with the stream today. We've been having some weird internet issues in the office. They're doing a bunch of work on the pavement and stuff around the office, so I wonder if they're not messing around a little bit with some of the data cables, because we've been having really bad internet the last couple of days. I kind of sort of feel like maybe it might be related. Hopefully not. We've, the question about merging servers comes up pretty regularly, but it's not something that is really on our agenda to do at this point. I would never say never on a server merge, but it's going to be a very significant undertaking should we wish to pursue it. I've talked about this literally a million times, but we have a lot of things that are just not compatible with a server merge, unless people feel like losing years and years worth of stuff. And that's something we clearly would not allow. So, we have a lot of work ahead of us should we do a server merge. Things like airships and amenities, guild levels, and that's just scratching the surface. There's a million little things. There's not one or two big things, although airships kind of counts because some people spend a lot of money on them. It's more just a ton of little things that don't currently carry over when you transfer servers. Yeah, TR caches, there you go. There's another one. Although, honestly, that's probably going to be taken care of sooner rather than later. And one of the other big questions I've been getting a lot lately is, what about fixing the TR cache so that we no longer have any people who run into issues where they lose things? It's a very rare situation, but it does happen. And it's something that it's one of our highest priorities right now, outside of getting, say, domains and stuff out the door in Ravenloft. It's right up there. So we are working on a solution to the TR cache issue. I don't want to get into details. We're not yet ready to announce what it is. And it's not me trying to be a jerk. I don't want to open that can of worms until we're closer to releasing what it is we're going to do. I wouldn't want to, unnecessarily freak people out or lead people to believe there's an expectation of how something is going to work until we're actually ready to make that announcement. Remnants in the sky. Right, it's different. So, King Cosmo is like, well, I've copied my guild leader character to Lamania. Well, that's different. There's a difference between a character copy and a character transfer. Although you raise a good point, but still. Even so, there are issues. Basically, it would be a very significant process to allow for a server merge. It would take a lot of work. It's not to say that work will never be done. Will we be adding some Reaper XP at level 30 to increase endgame? I don't know that we would add XP to level 30 quests to increase endgame, but there is a plan to allow for more Reaper XP to be had at higher level quests. I don't know when that's going to be done, but it's on our agenda list of things to do. And the basic idea is, right now it's generally more advantageous to run low-level stuff rather than higher-level stuff. And we would like to, for those who wish to run Reaper at high-end, we want them to feel like they're earning competitive XP to their low-level folks. Probably just going to be something like jacking up the XP level 25 and up or something like that. Kind of, rather than do a straight line in terms of the XP bonus, it'll be some kind of curved line. Well, we want to be careful too that we don't go too far the other way, because ultimately Reaper is part of a process to I don't know. I don't want to say anything I shouldn't. Some people like running Reaper as they get their past lives. We don't want to go too far the other way as well. But we definitely would like to find a better balance there. I don't know if it would just be a straight level 30 bonus to Reaper XP. I think it would be a little more granular than that, because it's not just level 30 peeps who need the assistance. It's probably more like, I'm just throwing a number out there. This may not even be correct. Something like 25 and up, I would guess. Something like that.
No amount of roguish ingenuity will open it, but perhaps a mechanism on the other side can unclog this path.
Let's see.
The chasm ahead drops deeper and deeper into the Underdark.
That is actually the case. King Cosmo is saying, if the Reaper XP is based off the normal difficulty, should Reaper XP be higher as you are a higher level, since the quests generally offer more XP? That is actually the case of what happens. And the reason for that is... Oops. Let me not die here. I mean, it does, because it simply gives like a percentage of the base XP. So, as the XP goes up for Epic, you do technically get more, but what people, I think, rightly point out is a lot of the higher level quests tend to be a little longer. You know, just the time spent to XP earned ratio is much greater on low-level quests than it is on higher-level quests. So even though technically it is true that you are getting more XP as you run that stuff, in practical terms, you are generally better off right now, as it sits, running lower-level stuff. I think in a perfect world, Zero Cool, who says get the TR cache done before Ravenloft, in a perfect world that probably would be our preference as well, but I think the reality is our engineering resources are pressed tight enough that that may not be possible. Sorry. We need Spelljammer, someone on Facebook says. Nice. I have a couple of old school cosmetics stuck on one armor. Any plans to be able to take them off and use them on everyone like the newer cosmetics? No. Sorry. It basically is a rebuild of those armor sets, and as we've stated previously, it's not something we are likely to do in the near future here. Sorry. The money just doesn't work out. Unfortunately.
Of the captives have been free. A guard captain investigates the racket. What is going on here?
Okay, yeah, very good point. Elizabeth over on Facebook says, with the new... Oh, and by the way, hello. With the new cleric domains, am I going to have to redo all of my feats? So the way it's going to work is that if you have at least 2 levels of cleric, when Update 36 Patch 2 is released, you are going to get a free Lesser Heart of Wood. These are additional feats that you'll be able to acquire. But right now, Fred doesn't really have the tech to understand new kind of feats added to a base class. So the way it's going to work is it'll be a free Lesser Reincarnation, and as part of that LR process, you'll be able to pick those domain feats like you normally would. And that's the way it's going to work for Update 36 Patch 2. Thanks for bringing that up. I've been meaning to say that.
You will only find collared, obedient slaves in here. The slaves in the sleeping quarters are unattended by slave master or guard.
Faceless, sorry on bags being bound to account from the store. I know people love their bound to account bags, but they are one of the big reasons why items get lost. When people kind of shove them in and out of their banks and TR caches and what have you. So no, we are unlikely, particularly on things you've purchased,
In the workroom,
make things worse rather than better. Even if as a quality of life thing, people would prefer it. Sorry.
An exasperated voice comes with the sound of an opening door.
What? These collars are supposed to be infallible.
Alright, there's got to be a slaver around here somewhere. Where are you at? There we go. Ah! Oops. Dope.
Incoming res.
Thanks. Any thoughts on spell component bags? There's a tech issue involved that makes it impractical for us to do spell component bags, and that is that the way the... Jeez, what's the name of the tech? Let me think about that now. I can't think of the name. There's a technical name for the bag system, and that does not allow you to use something directly from a bag. So it can't read, say, the spell components that are in your bag. What we might be able to do is scroll cases, which would require you to pull them out of the scroll case in order to use them, which I know isn't ideal for a lot of folks. But at the same time, it makes some sense. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have that secret door here, don't we? Or not secret, but... I mean, it would basically be a re-engineering of the bag system, and that's just not something we're likely to do. We do offer a feat for those who want it. And that's true, we have Omnispell Dust as well.
Beside large looms of spider silk, weaving fine garments for noble drow.
You can use ingredients from Ingredients Bag, yes, through the Barter UI. In some ways it's supported. Although behind the scenes I believe it's largely dropping it into your inventory and then putting it into the Barter UI, but I hear ya. Well, that's different from, say, when you're using a spellcast. Did I say when the patch for Clerics and Favored Souls is releasing? It should be fairly soon. If everything goes well with Lamania this week, it could be out within the next couple of weeks. Depends on how things go. Oops.
In the kitchens, slaves cook and clean under a slave master's watchful eye. The slave master looks you over.
An unbroken slave in my kitchen? Either you are very stupid.
The slaves are free of their master's control for now. It is time to face the heart of Avathul's power, the slave breaker.
That's interesting, Hephaestus. Lucky Cape not working with the enhancement granted version of issue materials. That's either a bug with the feat, the enhancement granted feat, or the spell. I think the issue is just it's a fairly low priority bug. Ah, man.
An authoritative voice can be heard down the hall.
Clean that up, slaves. I don't care if your fingers are bleeding. Your miserable lives mean nothing. New captives await me as we speak.
Alright, yeah, right, displacement clickies. There you go. I hear what you're saying in terms of quality of life. JKC having some kind of icon display when bravery bonuses turned off. But on the other hand, it's like, if that really matters that much to you, then keep tabs on it. The other option is you can just sort of not worry about it. Get the streak as you get the streak, and don't get the streak as you don't. But if that really matters to you, keep tabs on it. Just saying. Probably no uncraftable quivers. Just really more of a balance concern, I would think. Potentially on orbs. I don't believe the Caneth crafting system currently understands orbs, but that's something that, you know, we could do the work to make happen. Oops, what am I doing? Where am I going? Here we go. Yep. Nice. Faces just got every rune arm in the game after getting the one from Mark of Death. Very cool. Very cool. Why was displacement change to self only? Because it is one of the most powerful things in the game. 50% chance to just miss chances. Too big to just allow to be cast on others.
This concealed passageway is lined with a thin layer of dust. No slave has come to clean here in some time, if ever.
When will you take away temporary hit points from Warlock that all class were equal at Reaper? Unlikely. I hear ya. It's something we could theoretically do. I don't see us doing it, though.
The lever mounted in the wall has a delicate mechanism that strikes you as suspicious.
Strikes me as suspicious.
Who are you? Couldn't wait to give yourself to House Avathul? Very well, then.
Oops. Wrong button.
What are you waiting for? Slaves, get them! You think you can escape us? Walk out of shit. Run if you can, slave. House Avathul will find you.
With Avathul's slaves in open revolt and the slave-making apparatus in shambles, the Great House, pulling their support from others and focusing.
Yeah, I don't really see myself being the DM voice for a raid. I think people are right on that. Our voice work is done using a very high quality professional recording studio with mastering equipment and all the rest. And that's despite the fact that I have some decent equipment in that for amateur style work. It's not the same, as is clear in Tower of Frost. Having it be something that would be more for like kind of a one-off freebie dungeon makes more sense. Why do some items have a minimum level and absolute minimum level? It's so that if you have a way to strip the minimum level from it, like say with Caneth crafting, it has an absolute minimum level as well. And the reason that's necessary is because it typically is like with armors, which have a higher base AC bonus than you should have below level. With the, I guess, 5 or 6 year old AC system in place, we have a new set of, well, not new anymore, but a different set of armors, and those armors need to have minimum levels in place, in addition to the minimum level of the armor as you find it in the chest. Yeah, like celestial leather. There you go. You know, I don't know who the original DM is for Mod Zero. If anyone would know, it might be Tolero. At one point I had heard the guy's name, but I can't think of what it is now. Cool. Time for the portal opens. Let me quick repair my gear. Hey, Linabelle, nice to see you here. Ed Greenwood is the person you're thinking of, Faces, who did the DM voice work for Haunted Halls. That's not terrible. Jeez. Holy moly. And yes, Threnal is Dave Arneson. Or Arneson, however you say it. I think some of the questions, so Bruno asks about magical visual effects on weapons like fire and acid. Some of that was changed to decrease the total number of particle effects that would be active. And some of it may just be an art issue that it's got to get hooked up. Linabelle actually might know more about that. I think she was the one who looked into that not too long ago. Yeah, Linabelle says the safe ones are back. Steel Star has the details. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. So some of those should be returning in the near future, and some of them may kind of have to stay off. Did you miss the weekend bonus? Yes, but let me call that out again. We've got a 20% heroic and epic XP boost that starts on Thursday, runs through Sunday. Double bonus points continues through Monday. Sorry, I have a cold. September 11th. And we have a Crystal Cove Encore that is set to begin on September 14th and run through the 19th. Don't die. Yeah. Man, I just have been hurting lately. Cold and all sorts of stuff. Is the crafting bonus still on? Yes. Yeah, we're actually going to keep that Caneth crafting boost running until we activate the new bonus on Thursday. We ran into some issues with it over the weekend. No, it should go on until Thursday. If it's not on, then I need to ping QA again. We had an issue where it wasn't really in effect for Kyber, and we had to do a restart and just didn't have the ability to get the bonus reactivated until, I guess it was Monday afternoon. It wasn't just the holiday weekend, although that was part of it. It was also that they were busy hitting each other with weapons. LARP. They were in the woods. We're not even able to know that the servers had been restarted. Is Lamania coming up? Yes, it should be up later today. And we have a dev event set for 7 to 10 tonight with update 36 patch 2. And you can find more details about that on the forums. Additionally, I should be able to maybe skim the release notes a little bit later on in the show today. Will we ever get a link to the Lamania dev tracker on the main panel? Unfortunately, that is beyond my ability to do. That is hard-coded into the website. If it was just a matter of going into vBulletin and having the ability to add another tracker link to the forums, I could do that. But unfortunately, the reality is I can't. It's more of a hard-coded website update. So that's why it is in the forum sort of thread. Sorry about that. Why can't my client connect to the update server? Because it is not yet ready. Oh. See, he needs a spell component bag. I'm actually gonna... not die. Someday I'm gonna go to a LARP thing. That'll be fun. I just haven't really had the time to do it. Alright, AFK a quick second, I gotta take care of it. Alright, thank you very much. I'm piking? Oh yeah, I'm totally piking. Can I LARP reenact scenes from DDO on the live stream, please? No. That will not happen. Am I still dealing with Gen Con crud? Yeah, well, I don't know. I definitely got a little sick after Gen Con, not too surprising. And then it kind of went away and now it's come back. But part of it is I think we've been having a lot of rain and stuff, so I don't know if it's a like sick cold or allergies cold or what. But there's definitely something going on, so. There's a lot of pollen and weirdness in the air. I've also been exceptionally tired lately. I wonder if I didn't get something. Why am I here? I should be on Shafaroth. What is this trickery? Destroy them, my lieutenants, while I bask in the power of the Eclipse.
Now that you've found both magical components, Elminster can open the portal within the main chamber.
D-door.
Nice. Oh yes, I have basked in the power of the Eclipse many a time. I love Shroud. Both heroic and now legendary. Oh, the most recent Eclipse. Kind of. I was driving back from Gen Con, and I was in kind of northern Ohio when the Eclipse passed by. So I pulled over to a rest stop, and I did see some of the Eclipse. I had a, I made like one of those kind of, cereal box viewers to see the Eclipse. But it was only at about, I guess, where I was, it was around 80% coverage. So it wasn't, I didn't really get to see the full eclipse. But I still got to see some of it. It was cool. Nope, no burned retinas for me. I made it out of a... Actually, I made it out of a saltines box. Like a pinhole camera style.
The Temple of Loth lies before you, preeminent in its position high atop the gigantic ziggurat.
You're too late to stop my scrying, surface dwellers. Now I will find the thread of the weave and deliver it to Loth.
I love the voice acting in this section. Yep.
Wait, can it be? It's the girl, Anna. How delicious! The brave heroes delivered the thread of the weave right into my hands. Loth, the thread of the weave is my gift to you. Now enter the portal, girl, and accept your fate in the demon web. You cannot resist. Kill the surface dwellers. I command you.
Yeah, I think some people had unrealistic expectations of what the eclipse was going to be like. I think they thought it would be like pitch black in the middle of the day or something like that. That's just not really how it works. But I thought it was cool. It was neat.
Bless your servant as I slay these unworthies in your glorious name.
no plans that I'm aware of to visit the heavens. Yeah, I just don't really see that happening. I mean, it's possible. I guess anything's possible, but... You know, currently, I think we're really more interested in doing additional classic packs and modules, along with our regular content. You know, we have a ton to explore in Forgotten Realms if we want to and can. But, who knows?
Help me defeat your foes. Did I not bring you the thread of the weave?
Monk Drunken Master Tree, yep. I do like that one. Yep. No, the Vistani's not going to be ready for Lamania.
Your servant begs you.
Weakling, you dare to beg, Lulz? A high priestess may never beg.
I can't die like this. Please, please, not like this.
What is the reason for the building that showed up a while back just to the right of the marketplace airship portal? It is something that has not been scrapped completely, but is shoved off for now in favor of other things. It was going to be
Dare enter the demon web. Now go and tell the world of Lulz's power.
the easier sort of travel thing that Sev had hinted at in one of the producer's letters. Yeah, it was going to be like a kind of a quest hub sort of thing. But it just never came to fruition. Could come back someday. Don't we all love Jackie Chan, Drunken Master Tree? Yes. I sure do. Any news on when Cleric Favored Soul changes are coming? It'll be on Lamania later today, and assuming things work out on Lamania, should be out within the next couple of weeks. Yeah, Travelarium. I wasn't sure if that phrase had come out there or not yet. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. It was going to be the Travelarium. And it may still be in the future. It just has been deprioritized. I would love to have an easy teleportation on Reaver's Refuge. I believe Linabelle can attest to the fact that I have encouraged people to finally let us get to and into and out of Reaver's Refuge more easily. But alas, my pleas have as yet gone unanswered. Actually, Linabelle's saying Nobob did it? I have to look into that. Maybe it is coming. Been a while since I've been there too. Alright, let me say thanks to the group here. I will get you a DDO points code in the mail system either today or tomorrow, depending on how my availability goes. And let me wrap up chat here a little bit with a couple of questions on the patch. Again, it is going to have the internal DDO store functionality back. The Mimic Festival. Favored soul changes, the cleric domains. Largely the favored soul and cleric stuff is what you've seen on the forums. We fixed a couple of ladder issues. A lot of work that Linabelle did in her final days that was not related to itemization here. A couple of bug fixes in Battle Engineer. Oh yeah, random loot's elemental visual effects should now properly display. That did make it into patch 2 here. So anything that we brought back. Teleporting to the 12 will now place you outside of the Tower of the 12 rather than its interior. That's a nice quality of life change. We've also, thanks, this one's a Linabelle change too, the rate at which quarterstaves lose durability has been reduced significantly, so your quarterstaves will not break nearly as easy. I don't really want to get into the Mimic Festival itemization at this point. It's in the release notes. Go see it and play it. I'm not going to spoil it here. I will say, as I have long threatened, the Storm Reaver Fresco is going to be closed. Unavailable for the Mimic Festival. Well, not closed per se, just you ain't going to get Mimic tokens from it. So, there you go. You'll have to actually do another quest to get your Mimic tokens. When will the release notes be up? They'll be up when Lamania is up later this afternoon. I don't know who's pinging me. I'm going to actually get to that right now, because it's the end of the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you very much for joining me. I will be back on Wednesday at noon for Friday afternoon, perhaps a Lamania edition if I can make it work. Otherwise, I will be back next week on Sarlona. It's going to be a high-level character. Don't know what we're going to run. We'll see what we end up doing on Sarlona. Got quite a few options there, because I'm quite raid-flagged and what have you. So, thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.